In this video we're going to have the Sony XBR65X900F review. We will have a detailed look on the various features this product possesses. This video will help you decide whether this television is perfect for your needs. We provided a link on the description to give you the best prices on the market right now. The XBR65X900F is a 64.5-inch, 65-inch class TV with an internal tuner, sporting 3840 by 2160p, 4K UHD, resolution on a 120Hz panel. It's thin-bezeled, handsome, and weighs in at 56 pounds, including stand. Construction is top-notch. While some TVs arriving at the test center these days have a flimsy feel to their construction, including higher-priced brands, the X900F has no gaps, loose seams, or disturbing amounts of flex. It feels solid, as befits a TV in this price range. The back of the XBR65X900F is home to a typical port selection, including side-facing HDMI and dual USB ports, an IR blaster port, an audio/video input, and a headphone jack. Another cutout a bit further in hosts 100 megabits per second Ethernet, the coax connection for antennas and cable TV, optical audio output, an RS-232 port for custom remote control, and 3 more HDMI ports. One of these supports ARC, audio channel return. Wireless connectivity consists of Bluetooth and 802.11 acres Wi-Fi. Sony's version still features a sea of icons that makes navigating a chore, and the stylistic melding of Android and Sony's own pop-up settings menus is slightly awkward. It's all workable, just not as seamless as what you see from, say, Samsung or Roku TVs. The channel guide, on the other hand, is absolutely stellar, the best in the business. For me, the X900F's somewhat old-school remote is a mixed bag. I like that it has dedicated transport control buttons, and the integrated microphone for voice control is handy too. I understand it's universal in trying to replace, among other things, a cable remote. But the layout is busy, and the advertising buttons, Netflix and Google Play, are prominently located and visually distracting. The X900F has the best image processing in the TV industry. I've grown so accustomed to moire, shimmering in detailed pans, jagged text, and backlighting blockiness found in other TVs that the absence of such things on the X900F is a real treat. Motion is also quite smooth when you increase the judder reduction, and the loss of detail is minimal. Believe it or not, there are Hollywood purists who want judder reduction removed from TVs. Take a hike, I say. The X900F is capable of generating quite a bit of brightness for use in HDR. 990 nits was my highest reading with about 25% screen coverage white on black, though 770 nits was more the norm. HDR10 titles popped quite nicely, although getting HDR popping pretty much required turning on Sony's Extended Dynamic Range, XDR, feature, at which point the X900F bleeds a lot of light. That is, there's quite a bit of blooming around bright objects on a dark background. In some cases, and from some angles, you could see bleed a foot or more from the bright object. This is the conundrum with the X900F and many LED backlit LCD TVs. You can have brilliant brights or decent black, but not both. With XDR disengaged, the X900F's black is much better than most TVs, so standard dynamic material looks rich. The lightsabers just won't pop. Sony wouldn't tell me how many zones are in the backlighting array, but given what I saw, there are a fair number. I don't know why vendors such as Sony and Samsung won't reveal that spec. Kudos to the companies that do. The X900F supports Dolby Vision, but it took a firmware update to our standard Dolby Vision player, an Oppo UDP203 4K UHD Blu-ray player, forcing its HDR setting to Dolby Vision, as well as setting the X900F's second and third HDMI inputs to enhanced mode, 10-bit, before handshaking would commence. In the end, it looked pretty darn good with XDR enabled. Not so much with it off. Yes, the conundrum. Sony's superior image processing, applied sparingly, generally makes up for its ever so slightly skewed color palette. There's not a lot of material that will noticeably suffer from the light bleed issue, so I also consider it a relatively minor deal. That said, I took to turning off XDR whenever possible. Not having to deal with picture artifacts such as moire, jaggies, and the like is a huge plus for the X900F. And despite my acuity and bleed complaints, its picture quality with the vast majority of material is well within the ballpark when compared to LCDs from Samsung and LG. Where to buy? You can get the Sony XBR65X900F through the link below in the description. We have checked to ensure those are the best price in the market right now. Thanks for watching.